Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We interrupt our regular opening to ask you a favor. Laura Gillot and the Gillot Home Team have supported The Experience since the beginning. Now we're asking you to support them. Let's grow their Facebook page to over 10,000 followers. We're very close, but we need your help. Open Facebook and search Gillot Home Team and follow them. Then click the 3 dots on their profile and invite your friends to follow them as well. Together, we can grow the Gillot Home Team to over 10,000 followers. Now we return you to our regular opening. Learn more about the Experience community at our website, local.theexperience.video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Experience is brought to you each week by these great sponsors. The Aspects of Aging weekly talk show with Christine A. Smith. Unscripted conversations with experts. Watch live or in replay at agingbetternetwork.com. Nancy Bakke and Best Entrepreneur Solutions, revealing the key ingredients to skyrocket business profits. Learn more online at bestentrepreneursolutions.com. Ironhead Roofing, veteran family owned and the most trusted roofing company in Oregon. Call 541-283-1298 and online at ironheadroofing.com. Extreme Graphics, not just your local print shop, vehicle wraps, signs, and apparel. Call 503-926-9727 and on the web, extremegraphics.com. And now let's get on with the show.
And here we are, on with the show we go. The Experience live with Russ and Scott. Good morning, everybody. And Scott, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It was a Veterans Day yesterday, so thank you to every one of our veterans. And there was a lot of parades going on. One of the events that happened yesterday started at 11:11, so they just had fun with
wow.
With the times. It was 11:11, 11:11. So
that is so cool. That's so cool. Speaking of parades, as you know, here in Albany, Oregon, just a little bit south of where I am and close to where you used to live, is the largest Veterans Day parade this side of the Mississippi that they have in the U.S. So pretty big deal. And so everybody is pretty excited about that. And yeah, we're so blessed with people that have been willing to serve. And Scott, thank you for your service. I appreciate all that you did.
I can tell you that it was certainly my honor. And our friend Alex Johnson, Mayor Johnson, has been involved in that Veterans Day parade in Albany for many, many years.
Yeah,
and he's a Navy veteran himself.
Yeah, well, he's such an awesome friend and such a great guy. I appreciate Alex. So, well, Scott, what do you got going on this week?
Well, I tell you, I'm looking forward to tonight. I'll close the day out with a PodFest event. And so I'll just say in January, I'll be speaking at PodFest in Orlando. Woo. Just some fabulous speakers coming up there. And I hope that people will be able to join us. And one of the things that Russ and I do that is a little bit different than you'll see on other shows that are online or podcasts, we're on the radio. So on Mondays, the Experience Local is broadcast on KYKN and KWIL there in Oregon. My show, the Waco Experience, an American Story, broadcasts on KBBW. So 3 different radio stations, and I'm going to be sharing about what that means and how people can also get their shows on radio.
Yeah, well, and that's amazing what you have done, Scott. I just think that, we've worked together here on the radio station in Oregon, but how you've expanded that into all that you're doing there in Texas. And, what a blessing. I just think that's so great what you're doing. So, well, that's awesome. And also just want to remind everybody that tonight I'm going to be on the Perspectives on Cancer Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer live stream with Mr. Tim Sohn. Looking forward to that. And I will be guesting talking about my book, Life Happens and Then You Choose. Make sure and look in the comments for all the information on how to get your copy of that. That's right. Life Happens and Then You Choose. Super excited right there behind me. Great launch, great start to the book. Really, what a blessing. Last week, all the stuff that was going on. So keep buying those books. Keep going to Amazon. You go to russhedge.com also, and it'll bounce you directly to Amazon. So thank you all for that. And Scott, I want to remind everybody that we have more information about all that we do here on The Experience at local.theexperience.video. We are here every week at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time or 9 a.m. Texas Standard Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. After we go live, then it converts to audio or to video podcast on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And then it converts to audio podcast on Spotify. So many ways to watch and listen. Please like, subscribe, and comment anywhere that you like to listen or watch. We appreciate that. And we hope you engage today and get involved. Right, Scott?
Absolutely. Local.theexperience.video. Go there and scroll down because you're thinking, man, Russ's book sounds great. How do I get it? Local.theexperience.video. Scroll down, click. It's going to take you right to Amazon. Open up a new tab and you can get it. And next to Russ's book is my book on business networking, a scientific method. You think, my goodness.
And I just want to remind everybody too, that we really, really appreciate you sharing and tagging your friends and letting them know we're on, because that helps so much. So many people get busy. So please share this out. Please tag your friends, let them know. And we have Fred on this morning, who's going to be amazing. And Scott, I think we should just get Fred on and start talking, because he's got so much encouragement and joy to spread.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring him in. Let's start the real show.
There he is. Hey, Fred, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Listen, I'm going to have a hard time matching the smiles you guys are projecting over there on your screen. You guys are just grinning ear to ear. You're as happy as just, you know what, man, I tell you what, you guys are just so super.
Well, we appreciate you, Fred.
Everybody else up.
And we love the way you show up. Look at you. You're one of few guests that puts on a tie. And what a tie you have on there today.
Yeah, this is a great tie for this week, right?
Yep.
Oh, look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Love that, Fred. Well, listen, Fred, for those that don't know you, tell us who in the world is Fred Kienle and what are you up to?
Fred is just a crazy old wire twisting electrician that had some lucky breaks in life and been able to make my own way and become an entrepreneur. And I love doing things on my own and making my own way. And you know, God's given us all gifts that we can use. If we just find out what those gifts are, we can start not only experiencing success with them, but we can start sharing them with so many other people. I know that both of you guys are Zig Ziglar fans, and Zig's favorite line was, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. And that's a great mantra. And your book goes along exactly with a lot of Zig's quote, Russ. And you know, life happens, then you choose. And my man will get in return. But if you have a positive attitude, things are so much better in your life and your success in anything you do. That's why, to me, attitude is a paramount thing in anything anybody does. I don't care what, relationships, finances, success, jobs, you name it, health, big time health, leadership.
And Fred, you've written a series of books on attitude, attitude with leadership with an attitude, and now coming out faith with an attitude. Tell us about the books and the journey, and also about this one that's coming up.
Well, it kind of started with, you know, I've always wanted to do speaking engagements and get in front of people and share what I believe is, you know, having a positive attitude and why it's important. And I was going a long time ago. It was still early 2000s. And I went to a drive-through at a fast food restaurant. And I went through and I hollered into the box at the side, you know, and they always hear that. And you say, what? So when I got up to the window and got my food, they're not being taught good manners and good people skills at school. They're not being taught on TV and the news media or most of the shows you watch. So that's when I started to say, well, okay, what does success mean? And so therefore, my first book came out fashioned after my first seminar called Success with an Attitude. It's just 10 basic people skills. Well, that started me on the road, and I thought, well, what else is important? Well, I have had some health issues too in my life. As you're going through some horrendous health issues, Russ, and we all pray for you. And it's your attitude and your go-get-em attitude that's helping you through all of this. And so God bless you for what you're doing. But that made me write Health with an Attitude because it's designed after the seminar that I wrote, and I've been sharing it for the last 8 years. And then the next one was about, how come? What's wrong with leadership? And everybody thinks you have to be the boss to be a leader. You have to be a CEO. You have to have a great education. You have to do this and everything. And I say, no, you can be a leader in any field you're in. I don't care if you're outside taking care of the grounds, if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, they say, oh, I'm just a secretary. No, you're not. You're one of the first people a lot of people see before they see the boss. And your attitude and your leadership qualities are very important from the grounds up. How many times if you walked up to a business and you were trying to, sell something or do something with them or have them help you do something or sell something, and you walk up and the grounds, the sidewalk's cracked and the handle on the door is loose, and you walk in and the secretary's sitting there and says, how can I help you? Would you do business with them? No, attitude is so important. There's a leadership in every company, every organization, every household, anywhere you go. Leadership is so paramount. And so I do a seminar called Faith with an Attitude that leads up to my 4th upcoming book now. And it's called Faith with an Attitude. And I wrote this and just trying to help people understand faith, how important your attitude is. And the reason I started writing the book was I never thought, and I say this in the introduction, who would have thought me? Just me. I'm not an evangelist. I'm not a preacher. I'm not been any seminars or nothing. But I kept thinking, why would I write a book on faith? And it seems that in every other seminar that I do, and I do many of them, including safety, and what I found was I keep injecting verses from the Bible into those seminars and into the books. And I thought, well, why is that? And I found out that some of the things I wanted to explain, I found that the Bible verse would explain it better and more completely than any other way I could explain it. And it was so perfect to write this book called Faith with an Attitude, coming out hopefully by the end of this month.
Well, Fred, this is what I love about you, because really God is at the foundation of everything you do. And we are all three on the same page with that. And so thankful for the fact that God gives us the ability to keep a good attitude, and attitude permeates every area of our life, as you have shown. And I'd like to show a couple things here. We've got this about your books available on Amazon out there, and the cover of your new book there. And you know what? I'm telling you, faith really permeates everything. And I love this latest. I've been blessed to be able to write an endorsement, and so was Scott, Faith with an Attitude. And yes, faith is an attitude, right?
It is. It's when you believe in something that strong, when you have that in your heart, when God gives you the Holy Spirit, it just it comes out there, and all of a sudden, I find myself writing these books, and all of a sudden it just starts coming out. And I know it's from him. Nothing is not, yes, it's from my experiences, but he's working all of this stuff and using my talents that he gave me to put it on paper and send it out. The same with you. Your mantra is, life happens and then you choose. As I said, hope for the best, one of my saying, and then deal with the rest. And that's exactly what we do. Chuck Swindoll is? Charles, yes. Reverend Chuck. He wrote this thing on, and let me read this to you guys if we have time. It's real short. It's called Attitude. And Charles Swindoll wrote this. He says, the longer I live, the more I realize the impact of an attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, the education, the money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people even think of us or say or do. It's more important than your appearance, giftedness, or skill. Or, it will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice, just like you say, Russ. I said, every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day, just today. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can change and do is play on the one string that we have, and that is our attitude. And this goes along with your mantra, Russ. I am convinced, he says, that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how we react to it. And so it is with you, and we are in charge of our attitudes. So that's why attitude, it's just all over the place. People understand how important. I asked, even with my safety meeting, I said, if you could keep, I asked the corporation heads, I said, if you could keep one of your employees, just one, from having an accident, just by changing their attitude, wouldn't you do it?
Boy, I tell you, that's a great.
They always say, yeah.
Great
and same way with health. If you could improve your health just by changing your attitude, wouldn't you do it? It's just your attitude plays a part in every institute, in everything a person does, thinks, or does.
And Fred, you mentioned earlier Zig Ziglar, and many of us only know Zig through his books. Mm-hmm. And the millions of people who quote him every day. Tell us about your experience.
Gosh, I got introduced to Zig Ziglar even way back before we moved here to Dallas and in the Garland area in 1984. And then when I got here, well, I found out he lived here. And I listened to his tapes. I read his books. And when I was working for Texas Instruments, I had called the Ziglar Corporation and asked if we could, one of their representatives come down, because I was going to try to get somebody there to come speak, to all, a lot of the people there at Texas Instruments. I was on the maintenance crew at the time, and I thought that'd be a great thing. Well, she came and we interviewed, and they said, no, well, we couldn't get a TI to agree to that. So, but anyway, later on, she contacted me, and one of the best books, most noted books he wrote is See You at the Top. And if you all out there, just go to Amazon.com and say Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top. If you're a salesperson, man, you better read this book. Anyway, so she says Zig is writing a new book called See You After the Top. And she's doing an Audible on that. And he likes to have an audience. And she asked me if I wanted to be part of that audience. So I went to that reading, and he did that, and they filmed it and recorded it. And that's when I first met him in person. And he was a delightful character. He's just as exciting. He's way exciting live. When I was working for TI, they would let me go to these seminars, these all-day seminars where Emmett Smith spoke, all of these good speakers were speaking, and Zig Ziglar. And everybody else said, I don't want to go to those things. They're so boring. It's, oh my gosh, I was begging them this, oh, please send me, please. And they paid me to go see these things and paid my way. And I went to several Tony Robbins things the same way. But it was so inspirational to listen to him talk. And then I thought, well, when I wanted to write my book, Success with an Attitude, I thought, well, who could help me there? So I called Zig's office. And this wonderful angel answered the phone. Her name is Lori Magers, and you've seen her and met her on the Ziglar devotions on Monday morning. She is such a sweetheart. I swear, she's an angel. She needs wings. And she said, well, Zig's kind of busy, but maybe I could get you a meeting with his right-hand man, which is Brian Flanagan. And I did. And from that experience, he helped me get my first book kind of started. And then I was invited to the devotions, and I've been going there for, about 9, almost 10 years now.
Well, and I'm so blessed because you invited me to the devotions, Fred, and I've been going on a regular basis. In fact, there's 3 things I look really forward to every week. And the first one is Monday with the Ziglar devotions.
Yes, sir.
And such a blessing, and I tell you that he was such a great influence on so many. And Fred, you are too. And you're such a blessing. And your books are a way to really get that out there. You also love to speak to people and get out there and share with speaking. Tell us some of the groups you like to speak to.
Say what again? Say that again.
Some of the groups you like to speak to when you're doing speaking engagements. Yeah.
Anybody will let this ham on stage, I'll speak to them. Okay. But I do safety meetings. I've done it for cities. City, they have a whole auditorium full of like the police department, fire department, the library, everybody concerned with the clerks behind of all the attachments to the government, city government. And I've spoken at Raytheon. I've also spoken at the maintenance crew at the AT&T Stadium, the Cowboy Stadium. They invited me there, and I spoke there to all the maintenance crew there. That's beautiful. That's a fantastic stadium. And the city's government, small businesses, even small corporations of plumbers, plumbing contractors, business, just small businesses, just small groups of 10, 12, 15, 20 people up to 600. So, but my favorite is sharing my health with an attitude, gratitude with an attitude, faith with an attitude, and then my comedy with an attitude. It's just an hour of me doing stupid jokes and being a stand-up comedian to these people at assisted living homes and the memory care units. That is more dear to my heart than just about anything, because they need so much more help just being entertained and being uplifted, because some of them are really down in the dumps because that's where they are. And they feel the age creeping up on them. And it's a blessing to me to be able to do that.
Well, and comedy isn't the only entertaining that you do.
No, yeah, I do. I'm doing 4 concerts. I do tribute to Elvis. I'm not an Elvis impersonator, but I was a musician for a long time. I still am, basically. But the pipes are still good, decent, not as good as they used to be, but they're still good. I do a tribute to Buddy Holly, and if y'all remember him, and I do one called Little Vegas, which has a lot of older songs. Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, Neil Diamond, old Elvis songs, things like that. I'm working on a Little Vegas too that'll have more of that, songs like that. And then I incorporated one this year called A Date with Diamond, which is an hour's worth of Neil Diamond songs. And I'm trying to do one on Roy Orbison, but his range is so high. Mine's right in here, so I got to pick and choose those songs pretty carefully.
He had an amazing voice, Roy Orbison.
Oh my gosh. And he was an amazing author. He was an amazing writer, a songwriter. And and then I was still working on looking at doing something with a lot of country in it, country and Western. I love country and Western. I love music. I don't care what it is.
Well, I can see
Glenn Miller, big brands.
I can see an album
you want to with music.
An album with an attitude.
Yes, I can even appreciate the fact that these rap singers put these words together in such an amazing way. They string them together. I'm not a rap enthusiast, but I can appreciate the talent that it takes to do that.
That's the same way I am with soccer. I can appreciate the athleticism, but But I'll stick to football.
Well, Fred, I'm going to jump in, be the responsible host, and say we got to get things wrapped up here. So we're going to have you give us your gold nugget of today's conversation, what you really want people to remember, and then remind them how do they get in touch with you.
Okay. First of all, let me get in touch with me at my email address is down there under my name there. It's fkienle@aol.com. You can also reach me on LinkedIn, just up in the search part, just where I type in my name and it'll bring up me. And I love doing a lot of articles and stuff like that. I do about 52 different articles on what happened to, just a whole series of memories back then. What happened to old time Christmas celebrations? What happened to the old Halloween that we used to celebrate? All of those kind of things. And they're really delightful to read. And those are the places you can really get in touch with me the easiest. I'm on Facebook a little bit, not a whole lot. And then, so those are the places you reach me. The other thing is that, what I like to leave everybody with is, again, the mantra that I think all of us really share is that life happens and then you choose. And this is a brilliant book. And thank you for asking me to endorse it, because when I first read through it, I thought, this is amazing. What you have, I knew that you had some difficulties. We've talked about that before. But the amazing fact is this book, everybody that's having any health issues needs to read this book, because it will encourage you, it will challenge you, it will inspire you, it will motivate you. There's ways you can help your health. That's why I wrote Health with an Attitude. Your attitude plays such an important part. And Russ, your attitude just shines through like sun in the morning. And so that's what I want to leave everybody with. Your attitude is important with anything you do.
Bless you, Fred. You're such a blessing. And I'm so thankful for you. And I'm thankful that God has given us both the opportunity, and Scott, all three of us, the opportunity to inspire and encourage and give value to people in their lives through writing books. And something I never thought I would do until my good friend, Mr. D. Scott Smith, said, you got to write a book. And so I just obeyed and I did. So, but anyway, Scott, Fred, bless you, my friend. We're going to say goodbye on screen, but we will catch you in the green room after we're done.
Okay, thank you, Russ. You and Scott, you guys have a blessed day, and the rest of this year may be amazing. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Merry Christmas coming up, and a happy, wonderful, successful, and unbelievable 2026 coming up.
Fabulous. Fair enough.
That's amazing. Thank you. Well, it's hard to believe that stuff's coming up, Scott.
Well, yeah, I tell you, it just seems like it was last year we had Thanksgiving. So, my goodness.
I know. Wow. It's amazing how quickly this year has gone. It's true. The older you get, the faster things go, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But, time compresses, but the thing is enjoy today. Don't be regretful of the past. Don't be fearful of the future. Enjoy today, like hanging out with you and Fred. What a blessing. And for those who watch either live or in replay, we're happy to share Fred with you today.
Yeah, we're so thankful. Our information is taken along the bottom. Scott and Fred and I on LinkedIn. All the information for our websites, russhedge.com, dscottsmith.com, all in the comments and the show notes. You click on it. It's clickable, everybody. So just click and go to see Fred, talk to Fred about his books, or Scott and I. We would love to encourage you more, connect with you, and really have a nice chat with you. So thank you for doing that. Thank you to this community, right, Scott? I mean, just an amazing group of people that bless us every day.
Yeah, absolutely. We just thank you to everyone who watches, who shares this, who follows us on YouTube. Please go to theexperience.video, and that'll take you right to our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Send us the link to your YouTube channel, and we will reciprocate.
Absolutely,
we're
we
going to
will
follow you too.
So yes, and that, like Scott said, definitely the experience.video for YouTube, and directly for everything local.theexperience.video. And we're so blessed to be able to add value to your life. And we're thankful to God every day for that ability and the choices we make. Life happens, and then you choose every day. Everybody go to Amazon, pick the book up, click the link in the comments, and don't forget that you can watch this on replay. Those of you that are watching on replay, please put hashtag Team Replay. Please comment. You can still connect with everybody just the same, because I know a ton of you watch on replay. So thank you so much for that. And with that, Scott, any last words before we make our way out today?
Well, I just remind everybody again, let's go to PodFest together. Let's go to Orlando. Let's go have fun. There's some great speakers. Pat Flynn is going to be one of the keynote speakers there, and our buddy Mike Ashebrainer is also going to be a speaker with me there, and we'll be sharing a cabin over at the KOA. That's where the real party is going to happen.
Yes. All right. Very exciting, and hopefully I'll be there crashing on the floor. So
there you go.
All right, everybody, it's going to be exciting. Have a blessed and amazing week, and enjoy
the experience.
See you, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.